when we first started designing this, actually quite a bit of thought went into our nav station. I mean, this is going to be the central nervous system of the boat. I mean, the brains of the boat are right here. Everything kind of leads through here. We had to think about places to put batteries, wire chases, all behind the scenes. And we started with nothing. We gutted this all out and just started over. And building it and designing it was a lot of fun. I had a blast doing it. Looking at this now, just a nice central hub for me to do my thing. And straight below here in this locker is the battery banks. These are Trojan T105s, 6 volt. There's 3 separate banks here linked in 3 separate series. So we are generating 12 volt of electricity with a total amp hours of 675 amp hours. And we're going to start with that, and we'll see how it goes. If we need to add more, I could always add more, but I'm trying to just replenish the batteries fast enough that we don't have to carry any more additional batteries with all that additional weight. So over the years, this whole area here was originally designed to be an enclosed queen-size berth that you access from down here, and you could almost feel it still in here, but it's all been carved out. Previous owners had knocked us out and put a desk in here. We just excavated everything out and started over. I mean, this is obviously the place where you need your nav station, a forward-facing nav station with nice visibility. So that's what we did. We just gutted it, yarded out every bit of wire. Actually, all the electrical was on this wall over here when we purchased the boat, and we moved it to here. So to get all that wiring out, I bet you we pulled out 200 to 300 pounds of wiring out of here. Just an amazing amount of wire. Then we excavated everything out and just rebuilt from the ground up. It was quite the project. Tried to keep it as light as we could. Actually, we did. Used a lot of foams and ultralight materials and skinned everything with just a thin layer of West System epoxy. And this is what we came up with. It's really functional, and it's a great place, nice central spot for us to run all of the electronics through. Okay, now that I've cut a few items into the nav panels here, thought it'd be a good idea to talk a little about the electrical on board. And we started over, actually. We gutted every bit of wire off of this boat for a couple of reasons. One reason is that we heard rumors that this boat was hit by lightning in Florida. I did find a lot of damaged wire and corroded wire, so wasn't a bad idea to get rid of it, but mostly because we did such drastic changes to the boat overall that all the wiring had to be removed to make the modifications. And why not upgrade at that point and have a brand new wiring system? So let's take a look at a few things. Here is our dog. Compass, what are you doing? Here is our main panel. And you can draw a line straight down the center here. This is 120 and this is 12 volt. We have 2 shore power leads running in. Shore power 1, which is tripped here, handles this bank here, which is just all of our normal 120 use. We have it hooked up to the refrigerator, washer dryer, battery chargers, hot water heater, outlets, etc. Shore power 2 handles all the heating and air conditioning. We have 2 16,000 BTU Webasto heating and air conditioning systems in here. Look at this side. 12 volt comes in through this main breaker here and it is distributed throughout the boat here. Now for every single one of these switches all through here, I have these going to sub panels. So let's just pick one. Like here. Here's one, galley lights. So let's go look. Let's take a look at the galley lights. I have them all tucked away in nice hidden spaces. But here's the galley lights. Goes to a little Blue Seas fused sub panel here. So that one breaker comes in, the power, feeds power to this sub panel, and is individually fused to every single item in the galley. And right now we have 5 different light switches in the galley, and I still have room for one more if we want to add one more. From the fuse, it runs to a switch. And I've made all these switches, but I could switch these and turn on our LED lighting. Let's go into the galley here. More switches here. Turn these on. And this runs a bank of LED lights above the counters. I even tucked in some nice accent lighting on shelves. The LED is such low amp draw, it's kind of fun to play with this. And add is nice accent lighting everywhere. So, for every switch there, I have another one of these Blue Sea sub panel somewhere on the boat. I mean, the downside is we've got, what, 30 switches? So we probably have 30 of these sub panels. And they're everywhere. Let's look at this bank of bilge pumps here. 6 bilge pumps over to a sub panel behind the port. This one is open for more electronics, and I'll be adding the navigation and communication equipment sub panels in there as well. Behind this board, it's getting there. Everything's nice and organized and laid out and functioning just like it's supposed to. Believe it or not, this is probably only about half of the wiring that's going on board. But it's been a lot of fun laying it out, and I enjoy this end of it. So here's how I do it.
Looks like my dad's coming back from the marine store again. He must be their favorite customer. He goes there like every single day. Let's go see what he got. Let's wait. There he is.
Uh-oh, what do you got going?
What'd you get today?
Just more stuff? Actually, I got some things that you're going to help me install right now.
Oh, what is it?
You'll see.
Okay.
All right, so what'd you get?
Just a couple things. We need them.
We always need them.
Another spool of wire. And a couple
More of those?
more of those.
I swear to God, we have so many of those. Is it even necessary?
We have 30 of them now. And they are necessary.
Really?
Really.
I don't think I believe you. I think this is your OCD coming out.
It may be, but you know what? I feel good about it.
I don't even
I'm
know
sure you do.
Well,
what they do.
I'll show you today.
Okay. Today I get to mount these sub panels into the nav station. So first I have to open the nav station up. Then I have to take the drill and match it up with the hole right there. Is that square with the wall?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh, whoops. Gotta go right there. I've already done 3.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Not bad at all. Okay. Good job.
Gotta do some more. added more sub-panels. I'll tell you what they're about. The first one is communication equipment, which is that one. The next one is nav station instruments. The next one is bilge pumps. That one right there is salon lighting, and then the one that we already have installed is master headlighting.
Good job. You gonna wire them up now?
Yes. Just kidding.
Okay, now that Emma has this all prepared for me, my goal today is to get some wiring in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I have this USB port I just put in. I have another USB port right up here. I will pick probably this one right here. I need to run a lead from the nav station instruments, run a power lead to this sub panel. Then I'll be able to start branching off some of these items in the nav station. The other thing I want to accomplish today is start wiring these bilge pumps here. I've got these 6 bilges. I've got them mounted in, and I'll pick another panel. Maybe I'll put the bilges here. They're closer in proximity. So I'll put the bilges here, and I'll put the nav station equipment here. Makes a little more sense. And from, let's see, where is bilge pumps? Right here. So I'll run a power lead from here over to this sub panel and branch off my bilge pumps from there. Then I could wire them to the individual bilge pumps on board. Okay, so calculating out the wire size that I need for my new bilge pump panel here is pretty simple. I'm adding 6 of these bilge pumps. They run 8 amps at 12 volt. So let's say we are running 3 simultaneously. We had some catastrophic event where one hull is underwater and I'm running 3. So that means a total of, what are you doing? I know, you're mad. Total of 24 amps of power. So I'm under 6 feet from here to here. So 24 amps of power, I would need a 12 gauge lead. Pretty simple to calculate. Now from the panel now to the bilge pump is different. I just calculate how far each lead is going to be. Let's say this one is 30 feet. 30 feet, and it's going to be between a 14 and a 16 gauge, so I'll up it to a 14 just to play it safe. But pretty simple to calculate. Okay, the next step is, now that I've got it tied into the sub panel, is to bring the wire around and tie the lead into the main panel here. Pretty simple. Just route it in, cut to the right length, and attach. Okay, now that I've got my leads in to these sub panels, I've started wiring some items in. I just wired in my USB charging station, which runs right off of this switch here. And I put a second USB up here. That's kind of an odd space for it, but I'll show you why. Now I can plug in, I can use this as a charging station, or plug in a USB nav light. So let's see, nav instruments, I now have a light. And let's check to make sure that my charging station works. I have power there as well. So there we go.
Looks like my dad's finishing up his project. I think my mom's home. Hi.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
What are you guys doing?
Cleaning up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get this all cleaned up because I'm making ramen outside today.
Get what cleaned up?
Turn around.
Oh. Okay.
So the USB works?
USB works.
I'm out of battery.
Good, plug that sucker in.
Okay. Moment of truth.
See?
Doesn't work, genius.
What
No
do you-
charge.
what do you-
No charge.
Oh, you gotta turn the switch on.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, okay, nav station instrument, third one up from the bottom, right there. Leave that on and,
Okay, now we have something that works.
okay.
Good job.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle. If you liked it, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Come back next week when my dad shifts gears and starts working on a brand new project on SV Basic. See you then!
Good job.